Bombshell, Fabrizio Romano reveals Arsenal's double transfer coup. Meanwhile, Mikel Arteta is weighing up a bid for a powerful midfielder who has already agreed to leave his club. And to spice things up, Carragher delivers a controversial statement on what Arsenal must do to surpass Liverpool and secure the Premier League title. All this and more you can check out now with the top Arsenal news directly from Emirates Stadium. So make sure to like the video and check your subscription so you don't miss any updates. And without further ado, let's get started. Arsenal's name has been popping up a lot in the transfer rumors this window, with a few potential signings being mentioned. Historically, the Gunners aren't big fans of doing business in January. They usually save their moves for the summer. But let's be real, with injuries piling up and their current spot in the table, they might not have much of a choice this time around. Fans are crossing their fingers, hoping Mikel Arteta will jump into the market and bring in some reinforcements. There's been talk about a couple of exciting Premier League attackers being on their radar. Unfortunately, Fabrizio Romano just dropped some disappointing news about two of those targets. Fabrizio Romano shares update on Bryan Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha amid Arsenal links. Arsenal are in serious need of reinforcements up front. Bukayo Saka's injury is a massive blow, and with him sidelined for at least 2 months, things are looking tough. Kai Havertz hasn't been in great form either, and to make matters worse, young Ethan Nwaneri is out for a few weeks now. Bringing in a new attacker during the winter window would be a game changer. Arsenal have reportedly been eyeing Brentford's Bryan Mbeumo and Wolves' Matheus Cunha as potential options. Let's be honest, Gooners would be thrilled to see either of them join the squad, but according to Fabrizio Romano, it's unlikely to happen this January. Speaking to Give Me Sport, Romano explained, Brentford have no plans to let Bryan Mbeumo go, even though he's being linked with some of the biggest clubs in England. He's been incredible for them and they want to keep him at least until the season ends. Honestly, only a ridiculously huge offer would change that. As for Matheus Cunha, Romano added, Cunha's situation is even tougher. He's about to sign a new deal at Wolves with an improved salary as part of the agreement. Arsenal have been tracking and admiring him for months, but he's way too expensive for a January move. Plus, Wolves' manager Vitor Pereira sees him as untouchable, especially with the great start he's had at the club. In short, Arsenal might need to look elsewhere for reinforcements this winter. When it comes to the January transfer window, big clubs like Arsenal often turn to players from smaller clubs because the top stars just aren't available at this time of year. This was exactly the case when Arsenal picked up Leandro Trossard from Brighton a couple of seasons ago, and now, with interest in Bryan Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha, it seems like Arsenal might be following the same strategy again, but unfortunately, it looks like both Mbeumo and Cunha are staying put at their current clubs at least until the end of the season, which is a tough blow for Arsenal. At this point, we have to prepare ourselves for the possibility that Mikel Arteta might not sign anyone in the next few weeks. The window still has some time left, but everything is pointing to the fact that Arsenal might not be able to bring in any of their targets. If that happens, the best thing for Arsenal fans to do is back the players already at the club and trust Arteta to make the most of the squad in the second half of the season. It's a challenging situation, but with Arteta at the helm, there's still plenty of reason to believe in the team. Arsenal considering bid for powerful young midfielder who's already agreed to leave his club. Both Thomas Partey and Jorginho will be out of contract at Arsenal at the end of the season as things stand. Collectively, the pair have made 43 appearances for Mikel Arteta across all competitions this season, explaining how important any replacement will be. Arteta has recently been experimenting with Declan Rice playing as a number 6 again, suggesting that Arsenal could bring a few versatile options in. They don't strictly need a number 6. With all that said, Football Transfers is now reporting that Arsenal are showing interest in a potential move for Sunderland's rising star Joe Bellingham. At just 19 years old, Bellingham has often found himself in the shadow of his older brother Jude, who's been making waves at Real Madrid. But now, Job is stepping up and making a name for himself at Sunderland, showcasing his talent as a midfielder with a lot of promise. He's starting to look like someone who could very well shine in the Premier League. According to the report, bringing in a young dynamic midfielder has become a top priority for Mikel Arteta, and Bellingham fits that profile perfectly. The Gunners have been keeping a close eye on his progress, especially since he's been impressing in a variety of roles for Sunderland. There's also some interesting news. Bellingham reportedly has a gentleman's agreement in place, meaning that if a Premier League club comes calling with a suitable offer, he's free to leave Sunderland. This could be an opportunity Arsenal are looking to pounce on. Arsenal are chasing a forward in January, but perhaps Bellingham could be one of the first that the club pursues once the current season ends. Bellingham's current boss at Sunderland, Regis Lebris, has perhaps already explained what the young midfielder could potentially provide Arsenal with in the future. Speaking last month following a win over Norwich City, Lebris said, "Job is so powerful, he wants to affect the game, he had good quality today. It's not a big surprise for us, but you have to do it on the pitch. He did very well today to score the second goal. I don't have to say to Job, you can score. It's just now a question of his position. We talk now a lot about positions on the pitch because if he can manage different situations, he can be involved in the build-up, in the high pressure and low pressure. But if you want to affect the score properly, the opposition has to be a little bit higher on the pitch. We spoke a lot about this position for our 8s, especially for Job, because out of possession he plays as a 6, so it's not easy to find the right balance with the offensive part of the game. He played the first game of the season higher on the pitch, like with 2 strikers, then as a midfielder. It was easier to find the right position and adjustment. I think he's doing well. He learned so very quickly." Jamie Carragher says Arsenal must do one thing to pip Liverpool to the Premier League title. Arsenal dropped more crucial points in their battle for the title, this time with a 1-1 draw at Brighton, leaving them 6 points behind leaders Liverpool with 1 extra game played. This result marked Arsenal's 7th draw of the season, and despite an early goal from Ethan Nwaneri, they couldn't hold on to the lead. The Gunners failed to grab control of the game, and things took a turn when Brighton were awarded a controversial penalty after a foul on João Pedro by William Saliba. Ex-referee Dermot Gallagher has weighed in, explaining the VAR decision to give the penalty, but it's left Mikel Arteta fuming. The situation has only added more frustration to what is already a tough season for Arsenal as their title hopes continue to slip away. Arteta didn't just vent about the penalty, but also about the realization that his side's chances of winning the title are looking slimmer by the day, especially with Nottingham Forest now level on points with the Gunners. Speaking on Sky Sports Monday Night Football post-match coverage, former Liverpool defender and Sky pundit Jamie Carragher was asked whether he thought Arsenal could still win the Premier League this season. Carragher stated, "Right now, from what I've seen, no. But what I would say is that there was a big improvement from Arsenal at a similar stage this time last season." The pundit then went on to explain what Arsenal needed to do this season. Out of the last 18 games last season, I think they won 16, drew 1, and lost 1. I think they would have to go on a similar sort of run, but they have shown that they have been capable of it before. Arsenal are currently on a 13-game unbeaten run in all competitions, but have dropped points in 4 of those games, which has left them still trailing rivals Liverpool in the title race. Catching Liverpool in the title race will be no easy feat for Arsenal, but the Gunners' upcoming away fixtures, along with some challenges for Liverpool, suggest that the title is still within reach. David Raya, Arsenal's goalkeeper, has shared his thoughts on what needs to happen for the team to claim their first league title since 2004. His message is simple: the aim is to win every single game. Raya has been in top form this season, keeping 7 clean sheets in 20 Premier League appearances, including that wild moment against Manchester United that left everyone talking. Whether Arsenal can catch Liverpool remains to be seen, but it's clear that Arteta and the players understand what needs to be done on the pitch to make sure they're in the hunt for silverware come the end of the season. The mentality is there, they just need to deliver the results. Well folks, those were the main news for today. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated on everything happening with our beloved team, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for joining us, and until the next video.